Picking the right financial advisor is a high-stakes decision. This is someone you are trusting with your hard-earned money and ultimately your future. Here to help us know how to choose well is Ohio's retirement coach Greg Taylor and Legacy Retirement Group Vice President Kristen Taylor. Welcome to you both.
Hello. You said that well.
Oh, well, thank you. And I hope you will help inform us on how we do this, because when it comes to financial planning, you really got to have the right person. How would you both describe your ideology?
Well, yeah, so when you're working and you're putting money in on a regular basis, Greg mentioned a little bit ago, your dollar cost averaging, you know, sometimes you may not do that great, but over time you come out ahead. Now, when you reach that red zone, that 5 to 10 year period before retirement, that's where your thought process needs to change, and also where you need to find the right fit for where you're at in life, because retirement marks such a big transition. And so you need the right person. Although someone may have done well for you all those working years, you need someone that has a different mindset when you're retired.
Absolutely.
Well, that's right, because the thing about it is, once you get to this point in your life, you have to ask yourself, number one, how much can I afford to lose? And then secondly, how much am I willing to lose? And when you answer those questions, most people will realize the person that's gotten me to this point towards retirement is probably not the best one that's going to see me through my retirement.
So what are the effects of that? If someone has an advisor who differs from their financial ideology, what is the impact on their retirement?
Well, you know, what's that old song, breaking up's hard to do?
Yes, it is.
You know, we meet with people all the time that know that there's something not quite right with the person they're working with. Not that it's a bad person or they've done something traumatically wrong to them. It's just that they know that there's a shift happening. And so it's hard to break ties. A lot of times you become friends. I know our clients, we think of as friends. We spend holiday time with them. We, you know, go on outings with them, and you get to know and get comfortable with that person. So it's hard to release that relationship, but sometimes you just have to for where you're at in life.
Well, you do, but here's the impact. It's not the fact that they're bad advisors at all. It's just that their expertise is for a different time in life. You know, the accumulation phase of your investing years of your life, and now it's time for preservation, and taking all the risk doesn't necessarily preserve. And I'm thinking about a couple, Jim and Faye, that I met, you know, 12 years ago, and Jim worked 40 years for a paper mill, saved up about $400,000 within 2 years. Because of the sequence of the returns with the market, he'd lost half.
Oh, wow.
So now here they are saying, wow, it took me 40 years to get my nest egg and only 2 years to watch half of it disappear. It was devastating for that couple. He went back to work part-time, not near what he was making in his main working years, just so they wouldn't have to spend any of their savings.
Yeah.
Well, and they're one example. How often do you see other people who feel their goals and their results are in alignment?
Well, that's usually when people come in to meet with us. It's maybe a person in their early 50s or even into their 70s, like he was saying there, that, you know, they're looking at where they're at, they're looking at what the market's doing, they're looking at what their advisor's doing for them, and they're saying there's just something not clicking here, there's something not right. I don't feel comfortable that my savings are going to outlast my lifetime, because let's face it, you could live through retirement as long as you've worked. So those dollars need to last. So they know there's something not quite right, and they come in and meet with us to kind of decipher what that is.
They really do. In fact, we just had a retired doctor come in, and he said, you know, I had this account that I was told was my safe money. He said, but then I kept watching it go down and down and down. And he said, well, what's that? And he said, well, there's a death benefit on it. And he said, well, what's that mean? When you die, somebody will get it. And he's like, wait a minute, I want this for me. I need this for my lifetime. This is not something I just want to leave to someone else.
Right.
So that was a huge eye-opener, that it wasn't safe money as far as his income needs were concerned.
Now, when are we sure we're working with an advisor whose ideology isn't a good fit? How do we know?
Well, you have to look at the risk. Really, that's the number one indicator. The amount of fees that we're paying. Sometimes people are just paying way too much and they don't even know it. And the other thing is, if you're 65 years of age and you still have 90 to 95% of your money out in the market at risk, and you're going to need some income during your lifetime, you're probably not working with the right person. That's just something that you have to pay attention to, and it's always hard to change. It really is. None of us like that, but it's so important to make sure you have the right fit for you.
And for our daytime viewers, You both came with a great offer. Tell us about it.
Yeah, we have a e-copy of Greg's best-selling book, Winning Retirement. And for the first 15 callers that call in, they can get a copy of that emailed right to your inbox.
Wonderful. And the number's on the screen.
Yes, but understand we are actually out of our hard copies right now, waiting for those to come in, so it will be an electronic version.
All right.
Okay.
Very good. Kristen, Greg, thank you both so much.